Welcome to Whachacha's Tabletop World, the channel devoted to the love of board gaming. My name is Sweetness Whachacha, and this is parts 3 and 4, full of spoilers for Flashback Lucy. Okay, here we are with the part 3 and 4. This is again very big spoilers here. If you watch this, you will not really be able to play it because you will have again given all of the answers. I'm not sure who this is useful for. Is it useful? I've gotten into that problem now where I've recorded the first 2 parts, so now I'm kind of like, guess I should do the next 2 parts. So here it is. Play along with me if you like. I'm not quite sure if it's useful to anyone, but we're in it now. We're in the end game now. So the part 3 here is going to be in 1818. We're going to continue with the comic book, so let's go down and take a look here. Okay, so we've got the cards for this, the questions. I'll put them off to the side. I've got my, over on my side here, I've got all the ruins. I've spread them out, as you may remember in the first parts, to be able to be easily seen by me. Okay, so let's go ahead and look and see what we've got. Chapter 3. Now I understand what made Mom's family run away from this place, but that won't stop me from continuing. That was a weird sentence, sorry. Now I understand what made Mom's family run away from this place, but that won't stop me from continuing my exploration and discovering all the dark secrets hidden in this mansion. Okay. We've got some spot for 3 different pictures. Creek. What was that? Oh, we're coming up into the attic. I forgot. That's the last time on Flashback Lucy we were going into the attic. What could all these things be for? So we've got a boarded up window. We've got a telescope. Some other things here. Broken ceiling here. The house is in disrepair, but it was like quite a while ago too, or in the past as well. So it's been a very, not a great marketable house here. Lucy, can you please come downstairs? I've been calling you for the last 5 minutes. Coming, Dan. Okay, now we've got a door here. She's like, wait a second. What's with this door? And we're going to take the V-ish card. The V-V-V-Vitch card. Looks like the witch. There we go. She says, wait a second. I got to come over here and take a little look-see. And that goes here. So we need the plus. Little plussy plus. Do we have a card, such a card? So actually it is a plus. I really wish these were... I know why they're not numbered, I get it, but it's a little crazy. So this is a plus, but it certainly doesn't look like the same plus. Okay, we'll just go through these. Here we go. Didn't see it up there. Okay. Okay, you find a wedding band on the ground covered in dust. The destiny of the person who wore it was tragic. You can feel it. Before you can drop it, you are sucked into a new vision. Take card 1 from the 1818 vision. Okay, so here's card 1. Nothing else really. Okay, so we're going to get rid of that. We don't need that anymore, and we're going to push this off to the side until we need it again. And here we are. We can get rid of that as well. Like to be tidy. Okay, so we've got, this is a gentleman in the past. It looks like, I bet you that's our cat, or some cat in a jar, maybe our cat who has lived. This looks a little bit like feet. I wonder if this is some sorcery here. There's some drawings on the wall, little skeleton, maybe they're diagrams. This is probably that cracked thing that we saw before. That looks pretty similar. Maybe this is a little Frankenstein. So let's take the next couple of cards because I feel like we're not seeing anything too hidden there. So we need question number 1. We need 4 and 12. 4, 12. Okay, so we're going to do 12 first. Okay, this is a viewpoint from the cat. We've got this symbol here. And it is not a one for the for Grebo. It looks like one of the very first cameras. Okay. Oh, I see. That's what this is here. If you look closely, you'll find a number of photographs. Put them in the right order to discover what happened over the course of the last few seconds. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, this is like We're not doing so well. It has a 1. That's what we're looking for. That's the viewpoint. We also got an up arrow. Come on, come to me, up arrow. There we go. Boom, boom. That's a grebo. We will look at that in the conclusion phase. We don't need this anymore either. Let's get rid of that. There is a strange little symbol here. It looks like a clam. Very strange little symbol. Is that another jar or something? I mean, it's not one of these. Let's hang on to figure out why that might be important. Okay, let's look at the question. Who was laying in the laboratory? Good question. I was wondering that myself. Let's put this over here. And then we're going to have a little look-see and make sure my camera's right. Have a little look-see and see what number 4 looks like. We've got the angry pitchfork mob. No Frankenstein's tale is complete without an angry mob. We've got, there's the ghost. It's a graveyard. And we've got the ghost. That's probably, might be the ghost that's been helping us. That's my guess. We've got 7 and 9. So we get to see their viewpoints. 7 and 9. 7, 9. 9! Okay. Not much else there. Yeah. This card I'm going to kind of leave here because it's not as, doesn't seem as necessary so far. Let's do that. Efficient use of space, 9, okay. So we've got a couple people, this looks like a horse or something strange. Looks like they're coming up to the house, but there's already people at the house. Whether they are part of the mob or not remains to be seen. It doesn't look that way. They don't have any type of thing there. Okay, so this is probably some kind, really looks like a horse, to be honest with you. But it's part of this darkness that we've seen before. The shadow, I think they called it before. He's got a cross and he's covering his face. This person is like, it's not quite the stance I might take in that, if that were happening to me. It looks like they've got a coffin off of this cart. It is really hard to see what that is a picture of, but it definitely looks like, some kind of horse, but it also looks like you can see its muscles and things like that. So I wonder if it's like a, then this, of course, this is the mansion again. We can see that this is the same mansion we've been in before. There's the back of the house, the arboretum, the greenhouse, whatever. There's a term for that I'm missing. Anyway, so this guy, they look like they were doing this cart maybe with the taking away or bringing a body to sell. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So number 13, I think we'll go on to that. 3 and 13. I guess we've got his viewpoint as well, and we still got 7. This game definitely has the "Did I leave the iron out?" where you start to kind of look at these things a little more closely to make sure you didn't forget anything. So 3 and 13. So far, every time I've seen all the cards without problem. I guess that's maybe intended. Yes, here we go. It is, it's a dog. It looks like a dog corpse, but it has the eyeballs associated with this dark, shadowy dimension evil thing. Not much else to be seen here except for card 8, another person. So let's go ahead and grab card 8. We're sort of walking up the stairs here instead of going around the side. Let's take a little look-see at this one. We have this symbol, probably going to be a grebo for later. Is that his name, Grebo? Grebo, yeah. So I wonder actually if Grebo is going to mean something, because it's a very strange name. I wonder if that's going to be a little bit of puzzle unto itself. So it's like a greater than or less than symbol. There we go. Perfect. So I think this thing said it was the world's first camera. Let's have a little check on this. One of the very first cameras. So this is obviously a picture. I think it goes this way. Okay, it looks like what it is a picture of is this some kind of glass cube containing this very evil entity. So I'm wondering if this is the origin of the entity, or he could have, this Frankenstein, I'm going to just call him Frankenstein, captured this in a glass cube. He's electrifying it. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna put this picture over here, and we get to look a little closer and get card 5. So we're gonna get another 8 and a 5. So there's 5, and then there's the closer 8. Let's take a look at the closer 8 first. But first, we've got a picture. That's what we're gonna see here, undoubtedly. And there's somebody that looks like very like Quakerish type of outfit there, or he's got an axe. Puritan, that's what I was looking for. Puritan garb there. So they're very excited about catching up and murdering the evildoer here, it looks like. And here's our picture. Okay, we can see some obvious similarities here with the white streak in the hair, the 2 daughters. We're guessing daughters, makes sense, right? The father and 2 daughters. However, they do not have mismatched eyes like we see in the next generation, or the next 2 generations. Yeah, next 2 generations. Her eyes look blue-ish. Hers look brown. But they have the white streak in the hair, so we've got a little Igor in the background doing a little choppy chop with the with his garden shears. We do have another symbol here, and we have some kind of crest, so that might be important. So let's find our other symbol. It's a diamond. It's another, whoops, another Grebo card, a little paw on there, little Grebo paw. Okay, let's set this aside for a moment. All right, so let's go and take a look at this guy. What is he doing? Well, firstly, we have an M. Boy, they just keep coming. This one we can actually look at. So this is another photograph on the floor. Going up into the attic, we've got 14. We've got 11. Does that look like our... Yeah, it looks like our Igor. And we can look a little closer on 5. Wow, okay. So there's a shovel here, very dirty shovel. It looks strange, like is he stabbing something? I'm not quite sure what he's doing there. There's a phonograph, some kind of book, and a candle. He's reacting to somebody with an axe coming in. I don't know if he's jumping over this table or what he's doing, but maybe he's trying to escape or defend himself. Let's take a closer look. Okay, that's just the book. So maybe he's doing some kind of like ancient rites. Now he's doing this down here, and he's up in the attic, so doing something interesting. Okay. Okay, and this is a diagram of what they've got upstairs. So they've got the... We see all that. Where did I see the... Oh, that was in the photograph. Okay, so in this photograph, we've got a recreation. They built this thing to hold the shadow thing, and it shows this, that it's... Looks like this is a dead rabbit. Okay, so this looks to me like they've got this thing, and these wires are going to this rabbit, and then they're putting the shadow thing into the rabbit. So more than likely, that's what they've done to animate this little dog. I say little, he's quite large. So that looks like this is the experiment. So my guess is what's happening here is they're looking to put the shadowy evil organism into this body. That's my guess as to what the experiment is. Okay, so let's look at a few more of these here. We've got 13, 11. Let's see what he's looking at. Okay. Ooh, and first, actually, let's take a look at this photograph on the ground. Okay. So it's this. Okay, this is before it's gotten electrocuted, right? And this is breaking. Okay, you can see the electric is going in here and it's shattering. So this is the order. Although, oh, look at this 1 here and 4 here. So we already know that's the order. Okay, but let's take a look, see then what he's looking at here, which is 11. This Puritan-looking fellow is kicking the door in. We've got a broken door. His foot is up. Okay, we've got another symbol. Is it going to be a grebo, or are we going to get to look at it now? Here it is. We're going to be able to look down now. Oh, it's another picture. Okay, this is number 5. So it's coming out of there. Okay. Here's the book that we saw, the candle, phonograph, and we're going to get to look at a little closer on 11. Closer 11. There we go. And we've got, this is the attic where we are now. This is the bottom floor. Oh, here's this clamshell. Did I get this symbol? I must have gotten that, yes. Okay. So the question is, what is this? So whatever this is, this clamshell is shooting something into this cave. There's some bats in there, which is in the basement somewhere, and then it's spitting out this monster. This is some definite Frankenstein-like activity. Okay, let's take a little look at the rest of this. And where do we see 14? So these are all kind of associated with this room. 14 is up in the attic, so this is kind of in the attic up in here. But let's take a look here. We have question 3. Got a lot of questions. What unexpected event occurred during the experiment? Well, I'm pretty sure that this thing is cracking. It's breaking. So they'd had a successful experiment putting it in the dog, but it cracked, as you can see here. And again, it really seems like that was maybe what this was here. Broken object seems extremely old, yeah. I wonder if that's the thing we're going to need to reassemble it to capture the entity again. Okay, so this is the camera, which is taking these pictures of, oh, it's this, of this. So, I guess something like that. We've got this X card, which we get to look at. We've got this, which we get to look at. Stylized M, yeah, that's the one. We've got question 3, which we've already grabbed, and I believe that's it. Now, what are we looking at here? Some kind of critter in a glass container. There's a number of them around, I guess. Okay, let's take a look at this picture. So this is 8, yeah, so we can see he's popping out of there. And this is 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, whatever. We can screw around with that in a minute. And we can see what's happening. We don't really need the visual aids for that anymore. Okay, then we've got 13, which, how do we get 13? Is this driving your OCD nuts if I'm doing it this way? 13 is the guy that's looking through the wall. Okay, I see. So this person is looking through the wall and they're seeing all of the animals that they've put this evil shadow black dimensional being into. And we've got another photograph, not really going to be that helpful for us because it's going to be like more of the, hey, we put electricity into this thing. I don't know why they gave us so many of these, since there's basically no, like, we could see that it's getting out of there. We didn't need half of these pictures to tell us that. Okay, and then we've got 10, so now we're going to see what this dog is seeing. So let's take a look at that. We've almost had all the pictures now. He's looking into the basement. Okay, so this is where the monster has come from, or something, which was very important with this picture. So I'm going to put what I don't think is as important. I think these are, we understand the data here. This is the one that's a little more unknown. I feel pretty good about most of this. Although we don't remember where 7, I just want to see where 7 came from, because that's the other. Okay, 7 is the other person in the yard here. So we're going to take a look at 6. And we need these last couple of symbols, which is this, which is a grebo. We'll see that later. And we've got this, which is another basically useless photograph that we already understand is part of that sequence of that thing breaking. Okay, we've got 6, which is her. That's probably the wife who's gone into the basement. We can see this trapdoor has been raised. I think that's probably all we need for that picture. Okay, I'm making sure. Okay. Now we've got this one. We've got, okay, we've got the symbol, our favorite little wart or glyph. And it looks like this little device is pulling this thing out of, this is going into this cave or whatever, and it's pulling this darkness. So it looks like this wart has been keeping the evil sealed. There's now a hole, there's a hose in there, it's pulling this thing out, capturing it in here, is being transported up to the attic where lightning is putting it into these animals and these creatures. So that seems to be what's happening here. Let's look at question number 2. What was sucked up by the machine in the basement and what was it used for? Okay, well, we just answered that question, and we do get this symbol as well, which is probably another picture that is very superfluous. Yes, we can see that it's busting out of there. Okay, so they've contained it in here. However, the lightning has struck it and it has broken out, and then it looks like that evil has continued to haunt this house for quite a while. Okay, we have no more vision cards. We've seen everything except for this one here, and I'm just going to make a quick last look around here. Yeah, it looks pretty, looks like we pretty much know what's going on there. And now we've got 7, which gives us this, probably another picture. Thanks so much for the picture. Nope, it's actually a little grebo. Okay, and then we've got question 4, which is the last question. Who helped the scientist by digging up the coffin? Okay, well, that seems pretty obvious. Okay, so this symbol we can see is on the picture. So whoever is in this graveyard. So this mansion probably has had, probably owned by the same family for a very long time, right? There's some candles around. Here's this symbol, which is for the family. There are 3 members of this family here. There is this person here, whose identity is unknown. Now, given that there are 3 members of the family in Igor over here, we can probably surmise that the mother has passed away, unless actually this is the mother. Oh, she's in a wheelchair. Okay, I see she's sitting, but there's a wheel here. So then my guess, actually, I'm going to amend this. This is the father, the mother, and 1 single daughter. So the question is it the daughter or the mother? So if we look at this here, this looks much more of a yellow color. It's yellow here. This is a little more tinted. So my guess it is, although interestingly, the white goes off that side of her head, and the white goes off of the side of her head the opposite way. So if we're looking at it the same way, the dress matches her dress, but the hair matches her hair. However, it's safe to assume she's in a wheelchair, that maybe there is something wrong with her that is causing a premature death. It's possible. Okay. And here's the ghost. Here's our friend, the ghost, who is always around to help out. So this is the somehow this magic clamshell is helping to capture this thing. It's strange, and it's in here. It's here as well. Okay, so this is pretty easy. We've got Igor here. He has the muddy shovel, right, in this picture. So pretty clearly that's his servant, or his I just say Igor. If you don't know what Igor is, he's like Frankenstein's helper, for lack of a better. That's a simplistic way to say it. Okay, so I think what was sucked up by the machine in the basement and what was used for. So that was the shadow creature who has come out of the ground into this thing, and then he's sticking it in these animals and bringing them back to life, and they become shadow imbued. And so naturally he thinks, hey, let's Pet Cemetery this. Let's give life to my deceased wife. We are going to say that it's the wife because she's in the wheelchair. The dress is yellow, even though I think the white hair is on the wrong side of the head. Okay. So who's laying in the laboratory? That's what we wanted. What unexpected event occurred during the experiment? Well, this burst due to lightning. You can see the lightning storm here. Although it does seem like normally lightning is what is fueling this, so maybe too much lightning is a more apt way to say it. Well, there are really only 4 questions in this one. We also found a wedding band on the ground, so that's another indication that this is actually the wife. That's what led us on this whole cockamamie thing. Okay. I mean, I think we got the story. This one was very, very quick. But let's see how we did. I'm also a little concerned that I went a little too fast and didn't quite get all the little things. Let's have a little look-see. So number 3, chapter 3. I like to do a little cover-up. Okay, the scientist, number 1, we said who's the scientist's wife. We can identify by the family portrait as well as the coat of arms on the portrait and tombstone. Got it. Number 2, what was sucked up in the machine was an ancient vacuum cleaner modified to capture the shadow. We've already said that. 3, a bolt of lightning struck the mansion, shattering the sphere containing the shadow. We can see the scene that was filmed when all the slides are put in the right order. Yeah, we needed like 1/10 of that. And then number 4, who helped? The gardener in the family portrait, and in the study we can see the muddy tracks left by the gardener's boot and peg leg and the carriage used to transport the body. Okay, so seems good. And then the townspeople were like, we are really upset about this. Did we look, what was I did just remember. Oh, it was this guy was looking 7. I just kind of remembered. I remembered that I'd forgotten. Oh, this was looking at the gravestone. So the ghost has always been around to help out. Okay, well that was very quick and very easy to do. But let's take a look at our let's get rid of these. See you later pictures. Grebo. Okay. So we're going to go to. Oops. Whoa! Almost gave it away. Chapter 2 and 3. Here we go. So we've got, I think I saw another piece of the talisman just here in the wall. So that is over here. And that is just this runic P. Okay. The third piece of the object, the aura it's giving off makes you want to keep it. This will be useful later. You can feel it. Okay, so this is going to go here. It's kind of a cute little thing that we're doing here with this. Little pictures, scrapbook. Scientist family. My ancestors, sometime in the 19th century, my great, etc. grandfather tried to use a shadow to bring his wife back to life. Things didn't go according to plan. Okay, that is one way to look at it. How did things go? Well, they didn't go according to plan. Interesting. Close to plan? Not exactly. And we've got in my vision. We don't need this one anymore. In my vision, I saw there was a door here. Aha. So it's this one here. So it's the check mark with a little extra. There it is. Okay. This is unbelievable. There's a door hidden behind the wallpaper. What will Lucy find? in this dark cave. So this is down in the basement. So she's coming downstairs. This was the basement that we saw earlier where the shadow was first found. It seems like a fitting place to have the finale in the last one here. When you're ready, you can continue the adventure by starting the next chapter. Okay, so we're going to like do that next. And lastly, we've got this little piece here. It's the ghost. It's a little helpful, friendly little ghost. Who is this ghost? Great question. Is it the same person from Alice's drawing? She seems to be mourning the death of my ancestor in my vision. Is she tied to the family somehow? Interesting, interesting. So maybe it's the mother of the Frankenstein's bride? I love simplifying everything. The Raven people, Ghostbusters. This guy, Frankenstein. The great-grandfather Frankenstein. But, you know, we've seen these tropes. They're clearly inspired by that. Okay, I can't wait to get this in here for some reason. There we go. Ah, perfect. Now we've got the ghost in our scrapbook. Fantastic. All right, well, let's charge into the next one here. We're going to go right to it. I'm not going to refill my drink or anything like that. We are just pushing forward with the next chapter, which is 1692. I kind of like that this is going back into the past. Kind of a fun little thing there. We got this one here. We've got our questions, and we'll put them off to the side so they're not in our way. And we're going to go to the next thing. Down into the basement. Oh, it says take the... I already took that. That was part of it. Chapter 4, the finale. Here we go. So, it's all been building to this. So it's because of those strange experiments that the shadow was set free in the mansion to cause such suffering. I can hear wind whistling through the cracks of this secret door. I wonder what new horrors I'll discover there. I think probably the shadow. Another little creak. Clickety clickety. Lucy, are you coming? Well, sorry, Dad, I can't come up and have dinner. I'm going to face the ancient evil in the basement. So we've seen this same scene from where the shadow was brought forth originally. She's doing a little step over and a little crawly crawl. What is this place? I'm getting, I don't know why I keep saying that. Why I keep doing the double words. What is this place? So there's a bunch of runes here, which are our favorite runes, the protective rune. And that seems to be guarding this pit, but there's an altar there as well, so probably this was summoned forth in some way. We want to take the 8 looking card rune, and here we are. So she goes over and takes a little look at this device, and we need, is it that one? Looks like it. Hooray. Okay. Oh, we need Grebo. We need our little Grebo back over here. Okay. You dig through the rubble of the broken stone wall and come across a wand glowing with a disturbing light. Your eyesight begins to fail. Take card 1 from the 1692 vision. Oh no, cultist. I think we're going to get some cultists. All right, so we're going to put this aside until we need it again. And here we are. So it looks like they're breaking through. Oh, this guy's got a wand, so this is some magic. Breaking a wall down. Okay, so 3 and 9. 3 and 9. So, interesting. So the black tendrils are coming out of the ground. This is the place that we see the wards. And these are people that are, it looks like almost like cave people. Because there's animals up top. That looks kind of like a Neanderthal type. There's some mammoths here. And they are looking, oh, they're running, but their torch is illuminating this. So this is a very ancient area that we're seeing. This guy, who is probably behind him, is getting sucked up by this shadow. He's number, this is 9. He's number 6. So, okay. Nothing else really there to see. Interesting. So he's looking like at the shadow, I guess. That's interesting. What is this one? Let's take a little look. Lift the cardboard box from the bottom of the game box. Ooh, I love it when we get to do this. You will find a diorama showing the scene at the bottom of the cave. It is up to you to put it together and discover the secrets it holds. Well, hopefully this will translate on camera. I always love when they do this sort of thing. Very, very cool. Okay, this is coming out. Whoa, whoa, look at that. Very cool. See you later, stuff. All right, so we've got some game pieces here. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, so we're going to assemble this diorama. I'm like looking at the box, back of the box. Interesting. Okay, so the diorama. I'm gonna have to. I'll do the best I can here for you, so you can see as well. We're gonna pop all these pieces out. You can probably fast forward. Actually, I'll cut this out here. 20 minutes. Okay, so it looks like it's actually kind of important the way you build this. So a couple things to note. I found this here. So there's an X, but I'm not quite sure. There's no card that associates with that we don't have yet. So it says it's up to us to build out this diorama. So, you know, I mean, pretty clearly, like this goes here and this goes here, but you can see there's symbols, which is interesting. There's a card here that's for 5, so we can look at 5 as well. But I think maybe these symbols, all these other symbols will become important. So like this pretty clearly goes here, and I bet, you know, if you can see here, there's this thing here. I think that's gonna make this when you look through. So I did start to assemble this, but I'm not quite sure where everything goes. But if you look, if you can see this, I don't know if this will translate here, but I believe this, let's see, doesn't really want to stay on there too well. Okay, yeah, see. But if you can see when you look through here, it creates like a bit of a rune, and it looks like, you know, it looks like that, which we have this T here, but that's for Grebo later. So we'll look at that later, although it's quite long. Okay. We got 5. We're getting a little carried away here. Why don't we look at 9, since that is this guy's, what he's seeing. Ah, there's our ancestor. The eyes, we can see. She's got some blood on her. Looks like she's been shot, actually. She's holding a wand. This is actually breaking out to this countryside. You can see there's a landscape there. They're building something. Oh, it looks like they're building that, maybe that rune, an actual wooden shape of that rune. Okay, so let's see. We've got 7 and question 1.